Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner, Kenobi's corner.
Ready? 1, 2, go.
I don't even know what you
1, 2,
asked.
go.
I don't even know what you asked.
I know. Okay, good. We're going.
Because you have the pink iPad case, you just need to be done with this?
Yes, John, obviously, and there's a small carrot sticker on it. So, obviously, I need to get this back to its owner, or she will be very upset.
Yeah, I'm assuming she will.
Yes, she'll be very... It's very squeaky, too. Like my shoes. Squeaky shoes. All right, everybody, welcome to Kenobi's Corner. I am Eric, and this is John.
Hello.
Welcome back. This is live. This is fresh. Not like that old pre-recorded podcast that you heard last week, which had some stale stank on it.
Stale stank.
Yeah, we're here to talk to you about comic books, sci-fi, fantasy, movies based on comic books, and everything we find interesting in between. Mostly Star Wars.
This week especially.
And this week more than ever. Because we had somebody that was actually boots on the ground at Celebration with us today.
Who's that?
That's you, man.
Oh, it's me.
Yeah, dude.
I was like, special guest coming through the door. Wait,
Yeah.
who is it?
Boom. We both looked at the door waiting for somebody to come in.
I mean, that's what they did the entire time in Celebration. So I was like, oh,
What?
Somebody's coming. No,
Yeah,
no,
because
I
they're
guess not.
like, well, we have Chewbacca here. Why not bring out Billy D. Williams? And, man, Warwick Davis. Willow, you beautiful man.
Dude, it's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Good, man. Well, I mean, okay. Yes, that happened.
Yes.
We saw a few things.
Yes.
Trailers were introduced.
Yes.
Series were introduced. You got to watch some amazing things.
Dude.
See some things that no other people got to see.
Yeah.
So that was pretty amazing. I'm glad you were there to experience that. You brought back some great swag.
Yep.
So thank you.
Yeah. Okay, I have a confession to make about the swag.
What happened?
Okay, so I knew there was going to be some exclusive stuff there. And then there was the actual Celebration store, where you can buy all this, like the shirt I'm wearing now.
Yeah, I see that. Very nice.
Thank you. But when I was in the store, I made a very conscious decision that I was not buying you a shirt from that store, period.
Why? What happened? What was wrong with that store?
Nothing. It was great. I bought myself like 5 shirts. But I was like, if Eric wanted one of these shirts, he needed to be here this time around. So he's getting nothing from here.
So nothing celebratory, but in the spirit of things, okay. Overall,
all right,
it's still appreciated, even though you were kind of a jerk about it. But
hey, but the shirt that I got you, that you happen to be wearing now,
yeah,
still you can only get it at Celebration or at the Disney parks,
okay,
like after Celebration. So
limited edition,
limited-ish
edition.
No, it's definitely limited. Like. Unless you're planning to go to Disney some other time, like soon, because I'm sure they'll sell out real quick.
Yeah, dude, 2 years when it's in Anaheim.
Well, that's not soon.
Well, it's not going to be in Anaheim. We don't know.
Fingers
yet.
crossed.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're going to be talking about a few things. We'll get to Star Wars stuff last because we definitely got a lot to talk about. But let's talk about some news that came out before then. John.
Yes.
While you were out, some things happened.
A lot of things happened.
You shouldn't have left me to my own devices again. Because while you were out, I didn't even put it in the doc because we just wanted to talk about it. Josh Brolin got named Cable for Deadpool 2. Did you see that?
I did see that.
What do you think, man?
I'm on the fence.
Why?
Because he's not my favorite actor, man.
Okay.
See, I'm
good. You don't have to. You don't have to say who your favorite actors are. One.
Okay.
But you mean like out of those that the names were in contention, you didn't feel like he was like a good choice?
I just don't like a lot of his movies. I just want to see what he's done. I'm pulling up his
You don't. Okay, Old Boy. You didn't like Old Boy?
I don't know.
not filmography. One. You know you're a musician when. What work have you done? Let me see your discography. Okay, so you didn't like Old Boy.
I didn't watch Old Boy.
Oh, the new one now. Okay.
I didn't watch the American version. I've only watched the original version.
Okay.
So I was like, that's enough for me. I'm good.
What about The Blackest Men?
Never seen it.
Men in Black 3? You haven't seen Men in Black 3?
Oh, yeah. I hardly remember it, to be quite honest.
It had Josh Brolin as a young Tommy Lee Jones, a youngish Tommy Lee Jones.
Young-ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alice Eve was in it. Alice Eve, famously for
Men in Black 3.
yeah, Men in Black 3. No, what else is he in? No Country for Old Men? No?
Never seen it.
No?
Nope.
Which is weird because, okay, so that's with Tommy Lee Jones. But it's weird that he played a young Tommy Lee Jones in Men in Black 3, but then he also played like a counterpart to Tommy Lee Jones in No Country for Old Men. But
Yes.
that's nor here nor there.
Yeah.
Nor in that country or the next.
Men in Black 3 came afterwards.
Oh, okay. But still, either way.
Still. Dude, I don't know, man. I'm looking over the list of his movies. Like, I haven't seen a lot of them.
You haven't seen Sin City, A Dame to Kill For?
No.
What else? These are off the top of my head.
Thrashing, Bed of
Nope.
Roses, Flirting with Disaster,
Nope.
Mimic.
Mimic. Oh, yeah, I saw Mimic. I don't remember what he did in Mimic.
I don't watch that one.
It was like the cockroach movie. Like
Cockroach?
cockroaches were mimicking people.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Not really.
Yeah. Night Watch, The Mob Squad, Best Laid Plans, It's the Rage, Hollow Man, Slow Burn, Melinda and Melinda,
No.
Into the Blue, The Dead Girl, Grindhouse.
Yes.
Good.
Grindhouse.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he played like some crazy doctor in the Tarantino. No. It was the Robert Rodriguez like Planet Terror.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what it says here anyway.
Oh, okay. Right on.
In the Valley of Elah,
Nope.
No Country for Old Men, American Gangster.
Yeah, I saw that.
Nope, didn't watch it. W.
No, he played George Bush, but I didn't see that. I heard it was
either.
good. Oliver Stone movie.
Milk.
Milk? No, didn't see that one.
Me neither. Woman in Trouble.
No. Okay, so you haven't seen any of Josh Brolin's movies, except for maybe one-ish,
Ish.
and you don't even remember that one. So it's really hard
I
for
mean,
you
I've
to
seen
judge.
Guardians of the Galaxy, so I think that counts.
Well, he just played Thanos.
I mean,
So-
for like 5 seconds. Too,
For
so-
5 seconds. He sat in a big chair, wheeled around, and there he is. So, I like Ryan Reynolds, like, his response, like, he was upset response. But I think it was just, he has these nice little tweaks that he throws on Twitter about it. But, I mean, really, I think, I don't know, I dig him. I like Josh Brolin. He's got a good look to him. I think he'd be good.
The stuff that I recall him from, like, I just been like, it's okay, like.
Yeah.
But I mean, who knows? Like, if they're casting the part right and they're doing like the correct person for the portrayal of what they want to do for it, and it wasn't just because nobody else wanted the part, then cool.
Yeah.
But if it's because like, hey, this is like pick number 4 because everybody else is busy or we can't afford them or whatever. Yeah, I don't like that. But I mean, we'll see. We'll see what happens. Okay. I'm excited for the movie anyway, dude. Like, nothing's gonna stop me from watching Deadpool 2. Like, the first one was really good, a lot of fun. If it's just fun, if it's good, if it's got some good action, doesn't get too crazy,
Yeah.
it'll be okay.
Yeah. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm in. Regardless, I don't care who it was.
Yeah.
They could have picked Michael Shannon, who I really didn't want to get it.
No,
but,
don't.
but well, he didn't. So I'm in.
Awesome.
What about? Did you see the Cloak and Dagger trailer?
I did. You
Dude,
showed that to me.
I
and it was
did.
Beautiful.
I know, man. It kind of seems like teen angsty, though.
It's very teen angsty.
It feels like what is that? Riverdale? Remember that show?
Remember this? You haven't even watched the show.
I
Eric.
haven't, but just looking at it, looked like Teen Wolf, like MTV's Teen Wolf.
Yeah, I did.
And I haven't even seen Teen Wolf, but I know exactly what it looks like.
Yeah, man. Riverdale, I think, is a notch above, though. Riverdale is pretty ridiculous.
Okay.
It's great, but it's pretty ridiculous.
Oh, you've been watching it?
I haven't watched it in a little while because they went on like a hiatus, and I didn't pick back up afterwards. And I, quite frankly, forgot to check to see if there's new episodes.
Oh.
But I did watch like the first 5 or 6.
Oh, right on.
It was. It's okay.
Season 1's coming out on Netflix, I think, next month. So
Really?
get to catch up on your beloved Riverdale.
Yeah, Riverdale.
I know you're in it.
Dude, it's funny, man. Like, that's one of the ones that's like, it's kind of crazy, man. Like, it's super teen angsty. Like, it's super, like you wouldn't expect this to come out from the comics.
Yeah.
Like it's just completely different to what you would think.
He did
it
fight the
is.
Predator at one time.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So maybe it's more adult than I think it is.
Yeah.
Comics. But yeah, dude, like that one's it's fun. It's really interesting.
Cool.
So I don't know.
It looks like it's going to be tied into the Marvel universe. There's one scene where I think Tyrone wakes up on top of a building, and the building is the Ruxon Corporation.
Oh, okay.
It kind of shows like their, I guess, what is it called? Like sign in the background.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's going to be more in line with the TV universe or if it's going to be actually the movie universe. But that'd be kind of cool. I mean, they're introducing all these characters now just in time for Infinity War.
Yeah,
So.
and well, like, and that's the thing, man. Is like kind of like what we talked about and we mentioned a little bit before, and a little bit more in line with Squirrel Girl.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what part of the universe is this? Are they changing stories to make it better or easier for them to be able to do this as ABC or Marvel on the Disney properties without having to necessarily go through Fox or anybody else? So
Right.
And that's exactly what it seems like, man. It seems like they're just changing stories because I think they're technically supposed to be mutants.
Yeah, I don't know too much of their backstory, but I mean, it looks really interesting. The trailer looks.
Yeah,
it might be good. It looks dark.
Might be good. No, it looks. I'm not, as Tink Stanksy it is. I don't mind that. I'd rather have it that than be really childish. Mm-hmm. But it just looks exciting, man. Like they got some pretty cool stuff, and I would like to see a little bit more of like some better effects on there, but. Mm-hmm.
Who knows?
I mean,
who knows how they're going to do it?
TV, dude. You can't get too much into TV because then you end up with stuff like The Flash. And there's like CGI scenes, like entire CGI scenes where he's like supposed to be running around at zero speed. I'm like, dude, this is horrible. So I'd rather have this than that.
Cool.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know everybody else's preference, but that's just my preference.
What about the Kingsman? The Kingsman, the Golden Circle. I don't know if you can call this a trailer. It's definitely a tease. It's probably the most teasery trailer that we've ever seen because it's about 5 seconds long and it has like just flashes of scenes. But
yeah,
I don't know.
That's not the first time that somebody's done that, though.
Yeah, but I mean,
I feel like there's something that was fairly recent that did the exact same thing.
Prove it.
I can't, man. I can't remember. I know that there got to be something that did that.
Well,
I'm
glad that they went with that same marketing scheme because obviously it's memorable.
Yeah. Dude, I can't remember who it was. I feel like it was pretty recent though. I feel like it was very, very recent that somebody did the exact same thing.
I don't know, man.
I can't remember. But
I mean, either way, I'm glad it's coming back. I really like the first Kingsman. What is it? Secret Service.
Yes.
Something in our something in Her Majesty's Secret Service. No, that's a Bond movie.
I don't remember. In Her Majesty's Secret Service. Right.
No. Either way, Kingsman 1 was good. I'm excited to see 2, the continuation of Eggy and all of his adventures.
Yeah,
it's cool.
I mean, yeah. Did you watch this? You watched the slow-mo one, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Even then, I still can't. There's still a lot going on.
There's too much.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, it's a good tactic to get you to kind of look and speculate and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And really all you get is images, so you don't know what the heck is what. Like, you're not getting any part of the story.
Nope.
Unless something is just super spoilery and you just didn't notice.
You can't because it's just a flash.
Exactly.
How would you know?
Yeah. It's not The Flash, Eric. This isn't the same universe.
No, sorry.
Different universe. That's okay. We'll forgive you this once.
Oh, thank you.
But just this once.
Only once.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's cool. It's still pretty far away. When is it releasing?
2018.
That's a long time from now.
No, that's a lie. I have no clue. I didn't even look.
What the hell's the point of having you around, dude?
I don't know. My looks. My boyish charm.
Nope. That's definitely not it.
My awesome singing voice.
Nope. Not it.
My taste in fine wines.
Nope. Have you ever had a fine wine? You don't even know, Eric. It's taking you this long to answer. You have no idea. You've never had a fine wine. Just say no.
Yeah, I don't know the difference between wines. I mean, I know like there's different tastes of wines, yes, but like I can never tell a really great one from a really terrible one. I guess if I don't drink it, it's terrible. But
You just think all wine is terrible.
well, I mean, I've drank wine before, but I don't know.
Sounds accurate.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
drank wine. If it was bad, it was okay. I don't know. It might have got
Awesome.
drunk.
You might have
anyway.
had like the best wine ever, and like you don't know because it's just like that's
Yeah,
wine.
that's true. Like a Chardonnay, 1930, 95. I don't know. I watched
1930, 95. I like it. That was
was
a great year.
A long time ago.
It's great stuff, dude.
What'd you find?
Golden Circle comes out September 29th.
Oh,
It's not super far away. And they're just like, this is the first teaser, right? Mm-hmm. That's kind of crazy. Considering we just got a teaser for The Last Jedi,
yeah.
and that comes out in December.
Yep. And that one had a lot more story to it, I think, than this one. So,
You know what else had a trailer come out recently?
Thor Ragnarok.
Yes!
Damn it, man.
I was,
That
trying,
one
to do,
was
I was
so-
trying to do the Thor voice there. Yes!
I know him.
We worked together.
I know him from work.
Dude, that was good, man.
I know, man. That really felt like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like it felt like a funny romp adventure with amazing special effects, and it just looked really good. It looked super
Yeah,
sharp.
dude.
Just everything looked amazing. I don't know. I'm not a poet with this, but it's
Obviously, dude. You're
I don't know.
definitely not a poet.
What do you mean? Don't say it like I'm obviously not a poet. You don't know the works I've done. Let me show
Yeah,
you. Let
well,
me
the
show
word,
you.
I'm just going off by the words that are coming out of your mouth.
Right
so
on.
that's what we're basing this off of.
Let me show you my iambic pentameter here with the nice poetry that I have.
All right,
No,
off the top of your
it-
head, haiku for Thor.
No, I don't. Was that 8 words?
I have no idea. So we're obviously not doing that.
Yeah, obviously terrible at that. But hey, Thor Ragnarok. Damn it. Okay, so it looks like they're going to be drawing from several different storylines in Thor. Obviously, the Thor Ragnarok storyline, but also the Planet Hulk storyline,
Yeah.
and then I think the Mighty Thor, which was set from like the late 80s to early 90s. I think they're pulling a lot from that storyline as well.
Dude.
But it looks just amazing, man. Like a quick breakdown. Thor's hammer gets broken. It looks like he's in New York during that time, and then they get he
go
gets
somewhere
captured. He gets somewhere else that looks like a trash planet, and that maybe that's Sakaar. And then who's there with them? Is that Jeff Goldblum?
Yes.
Okay. Because Jeff Goldblum, like, they look so similar. Like, I keep thinking Guardians of the Galaxy when I see Jeff Goldblum. But
You're
that's
thinking
not
of
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Benicio del Toro?
Yes.
Yeah.
Super close. But he's there. They capture Thor. They show Hela, which is played by, what's her name?
Kate Blanchett?
Yeah. And she's all dressed up, and I think she's going to be playing the embodiment of death, essentially. So that would, I wonder if
Hela.
they're going to, yeah, Hela.
Not the embodiment of death. Is it the embodiment of death? I don't remember.
Well, like in the Marvel continuity, she's not the embodiment of death there, but, the whole thing of this is that Thanos is trying to get the Infinity Gauntlet so that he can destroy half the universe as like a tribute to death, and so that trying to show his affection for her. So if I guess if you're gonna go after anybody, especially if you have all this infinite power, maybe death would be the only one then.
Yeah.
She looked very horny, so I guess.
Whoa.
Well, she had all those horns.
Oh.
Her outfit had. What were you thinking of, John?
No, man, I was just saying. I didn't know. Thanks for clearing that up.
She was adorned with many antlers. Gaston would approve. So it was, looks awesome. Like,
Yeah.
And then of course at the very end, of the end of the teaser or the trailer, they're in a battle and Hulk comes out, and but it looks like that.
It's good.
Yeah, I don't know.
You do not like that it's like
because
two Guardians of the Galaxy-ish?
No, it looks amazing, but I think that this is supposed to be, from what the synopsis is and the things that we've heard or seen online, is like it's supposed to be kind of like a buddy type of, like a buddy cop type,
Okay.
like romp, like just two buddies like on a crazy journey together.
What two buddies?
So, but I don't know if it's supposed to be. Is it supposed to be Hulk and Thor's journey, or is it supposed to be Thor's and Doctor Strange's journey?
This feels like, if anything, maybe Thor and Valkyrie.
Ooh.
Like, just because of the way everything ends up looking in this thing. Mm-hmm. But, I mean...
Who's to know?
Who is to know?
We won't know until we see it.
Dude, I'm just so excited about this. Like,
I know.
The fact that they're exploring some other space, right? So, like, I mean, the first two movies were... Well, the first one was almost completely... Well, it was between... basically, most of it was on Earth.
Yeah.
So, like, a lot of Earth stuff.
Yeah.
Second one did go a little bit between Asgard. We saw one other planet for like a few minutes, and then the rest of it on Earth as well.
Yeah.
So like, and then they did go to other places, but each one of them had like 30 seconds of screen time, maybe a few minutes at the most.
The ice planet. Yeah.
Right. And this is like going into like completely other places, which, dude, I feel like, man, if there's two big properties that they could do that with right now, right? Guardians of the Galaxy, which has already done that. Like, they haven't been to Earth at all.
At all.
I mean, except for the first part of the
beginning.
movie. Yeah. Second one looks like it's just going to be out crazy, different places everywhere.
Yeah.
And then, like, Thor is the other one they can really explore some of that space with. And the fact that they're out there and doing stuff and we're seeing different people and different planets. Hell yes, man. Like, there's so much Marvel Universe to explore than just what's going on Earth. And, like, it feels like we're just getting our foot out the door with it.
Yeah.
You know, that's why one of the things I was super excited about Doctor Strange, that they would do a little bit more, since they're talking about the multiverse as the multiverse.
Yeah.
But we didn't get enough of it, I don't think. Like,
Yeah.
like we got a decent amount.
That's
and
very
exploring
yeah.
that. Yeah, like and kind of showing the different ways you could do it with dimension wise. But this dude, freaking cool, man. Like, I'm super excited to see different places. I'm super excited to see Thor go different places. And I'm excited for him to be goofy, dude. He's like one of the characters that's a larger than life character overall in the comics, and while he's been that in the other movies, I feel like they go to a whole new level by taking him out in outer space.
Yeah, dude.
I'm pumped, dude. I'm super excited for that movie.
Don't you lie. I can't even tell it in your voice.
Whatever, man. I think I've been saying this for years. He's probably the Avenger that I like the most, just because he's probably had the least beef with the X-Men. Like, everybody else is jerks to the X-Men, except for Thor. Like, Thor's usually okay. Like, and that's why he's always been one of my favorite Avengers.
He plays well with others, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he has to.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, all that beer and everything.
Yeah.
Or mead,
how
I should say.
He's a good time. And then you go to the Avengers. Iron Man gets drunk, pretty wasted all the time.
Alcoholic, man. That's the hard liquor.
Yeah. Can't hold his stuff. Well, Thor drinks that really strong stuff, and he was just like a little thimble. And remember, it made Stan Lee go all crazy. Anyway.
Oh, dude. That's awesome.
Dude,
I'm super excited about that one. But
well, we mentioned Guardians of the Galaxy 2. It comes out, man, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Like May 5th it drops.
Yeah.
Dude, that's super close.
Hell yeah.
A couple things have been coming out of it. One and two things really quick. One, that James Gunn stated that he's going to be definitely in for Guardians 3. Mm-hmm. So, like, as soon as this is wrapped up, it's premiering, they're going to get down and start getting on Volume 3 right away. So, he's definitely in it. And that's crazy, because I thought he was going to be out. And we even talked about it like a few weeks ago, saying, like, he's done. Like, he's done, son. I'm out. Thank you. This is not going to be my deal. This kind of thing is not my bag, baby. I'm done. But apparently he's back. But with that being said, when you go see it, definitely stay through the credits. In
That's
one report,
a lot of credits.
There's going to be a lot of credits, one, but also James Gunn said there's like 5 post-credit scenes, which is crazy. Okay, I think the first one that we had after Iron Man, cool. And then soon thereafter, I think we had like Hulk. I think Hulk had two, maybe like a little post-credit scene and then a post-credit scene. And usually, and then two's been kind of like the deal. Like two's been the way of the world.
It's the moneymaker.
The moneymaker. I don't even know why we skipped 3 and 4. Logan was just like, no, I'm going to put a post-credit scene at the beginning of the movie, with Deadpool 2. So they went the whole different way with that.
It's a great way of looking at that. That's awesome.
But shit, man, like 5, usually by that time, I'm done, man. We got to get out of there. I got to be at work at 7 a.m. the next day. So
yeah, 5 is quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's just 5 broken up pieces of like a similar scene. Unless there's going to be like true 5 like post-credit screens. That's kind of crazy, dude.
Maybe it's one of those, because I kind of see that, like James Gunn doing something like that where, like how in like Anchorman, how on the side, like during the credit rolls, there's also like blooper reels of like stuff that's happening, but like other scenes that like they
never made it into the movie.
Like and they were just like, oh well, here's what they're doing now, and like whatever. I wonder if they do something like that.
I mean, it could be. I mean, either way, dude. I'm staying through to the end of the movie, right? Like Marvel's had the reputation of making you stick all the way through because if not, you're gonna miss something.
Yeah.
The only thing I don't even mind that they're doing it. I don't mind that there's 5. Like, great, entertain me all the way through to the very end.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool with that. I really feel sorry for the people that have to go in there and clean the theater after each one because,
man.
Like, dude, when you have people sitting in there like all the way to the end credits and then like where they could normally pre-clean like at least some of the stuff, like when people are filtering out of the theater or way before the credits even finish all the way through. And now you're going to have people for every one of these Marvel movies already has been happening where people are just sitting down all the way through to the end. And then now they got like even less amount of time to go in there and clean the theater and get everything out. Like that kind of sucks. Like,
yeah, man.
I just feel bad for those guys. I mean, that's not going to be enough to keep me from staying in there.
Oh yeah, no.
But
and plus, everybody else is going to be in there. We're not going to leave. We're not going to miss out just because you have a moment of clarity and compassion for the night crew. Hey, we all got to put on our time, John.
We all got to put in. Yes.
Yeah.
You know what? And I mean, we like going to the draft house anyway. So, I mean,
can we say that name? Can we say
sure, I'm saying it. That's where I'm going.
Oh, okay.
But since we do pay or since we normally tip there, maybe just a little bit of extra.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting me sit through the credits.
Oh, there you go. Hey, that's nice. There you go.
That justifies it now for myself. Okay, moving on.
Before we get into Star Wars news,
damn it!
I know. One more thing.
Come on.
So, Variety had a pretty nice little sit down. I don't know if it was a sit down. It could have been a walk. We do walk and talk sometimes. Maybe they did a walk and talk with Kevin Feige. Who knows? But they met with Kevin Feige and they asked him about a bunch of stings. What hurts him? Bees, wasps.
Was he flying on United?
What is it? I don't know. Damn. You know what? I'm pretty sure he wasn't. He probably has the Marvel jet.
Maybe. I don't know.
Jet, maybe.
I have no idea. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, right. But they asked him about a bunch of things that were going on, and a few things we want to point out, kind of like of note. They talked about like how Joss Whedon has flipped, has gone to DC, and will be directing the Batgirl movie. And he was totally cool with it. He knew before anybody else. I guess Joss Whedon wanted to make sure it was cool with them before,
jumping ship.
Yeah. Which is kind of weird because he kind of just like fell off the earth after Age of Ultron. I mean,
yeah,
because everybody hurt him. You broke.
The internet broke Joss Whedon, dude.
That's right, man. They're done. He done got broke, and then
got off of
Twitter.
Messed up.
Internet, you're wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong for doing this.
You did him wrong.
Pay attention. Learn your lesson.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen.
But, no, I mean, I'm really interested to see Batgirl in that light. I wonder, like, what storyline they're going to go off of.
Right.
Where in the universe is it going to be intertwined with the rest of the DCEU?
Yeah.
But what's going to happen?
Dude, and I just want something good to come out of there.
Yeah. I think Joss Whedon's a good pick.
And in the interview, like what Kevin Feige's saying, like, I mean, he wants him to do good in that role. Like, the only thing I can think of is like, man, people got to be feeling that same way, right? Like you have to be able to do like a good side for both studios. Like it really should be that both of them are doing good movies. That way they can really like up each other and want to up each other on each one. Like right now, man, it just doesn't seem that way. And if anybody's going to go over there and give me hope and get me excited about watching something, it would be Joss Whedon. Like I love some of the stuff that he's done, including Firefly and did you ever see
Serenity?
Much Ado?
Oh, no, I didn't, but it was definitely on my list to watch.
Yeah.
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 The Shakespeare retelling.
Really good, dude.
Yeah.
Really, really good. Like using all the classic lines, like a la Romeo and Juliet. Not as crazy. There was no guns and Chevy lowriders.
Yeah.
But
and no, oh, damn it. What is his name?
Leonardo DiCaprio? John Leguizamo?
John Leguizamo. I just kept thinking about The Pest.
Oh man, but yeah, dude, like I like his stuff. I like the way he does things. I like the way he sees things, like through film and everything, dude. Like I really like it. I really enjoy it. So I don't know, man. Like I really, really, really hope he can do something good for them and bring something back to get me excited about that universe overall. Yeah. Especially if it's meant to be in the rest of what the DCEU is right now. We'll see, dude. I don't know.
I feel like so bad for DC, and I'm pretty sure they're crying to themselves to sleep on their millions of dollars that they're making each year.
Right, yeah.
But, it's like everybody's just like pulling for them. They're just like, man, we want this to be so good, and damn it, the little stuff you're showing us is so good. It's just like when you get the final thing, they just like wet the bed. Like they're just like, oh, well, that looked really good. I guess we gotta stop trying now.
Yeah.
They're like my Dallas Cowboys, man, sometimes. Like, they do super strong in the preseason, and then when it comes to, like, really coming through with it at the end, they just, like, meh.
Dude, you're losing everybody talking about sports ball.
Sorry. Came out, I didn't know what other way to say it.
This is the best example you could think of in real life.
That was the only example that I can get.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's all right.
Is there a tennis equivalent that I can talk about?
I don't know.
Anytime you see
really
Maya Bialik play, or what's her name? I don't know. Anna Kournikova, or
one of those. Let me just keep throwing names out there until one of them sticks, right?
It's just spitballing. But yeah, let's get back to the interview, though.
Dude.
He also talked about some Spider-Man stuff. Like, he definitely knows that Spider-Man's going to be sticking with the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and they have a very specific plans for him through his time with the Marvel Universe.
Yeah.
But he will not be involved in any of the spin-offs. At least Marvel doesn't have any involvement
won't be involved
in those Spidey spin-offs.
Yeah.
Like the Venom, or what is it, Black Cat and
Silver Sable.
Dude, those names, I haven't heard those names in I don't know how long, which is crazy that they're bringing them back.
Yeah.
That's so crazy.
It's really cool, man.
I mean, Spider-Man was the main person that they dealt with through that time, and they're either teamed up or fought against. I think it's interesting to see kind of where they're going with it. So I'm excited about what they're gonna do. But so that's cool. He talked also about James Gunn's role, which we already talked about. His involvement in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, but also that it can extend way past that. Just as long as he starts, coming up with good ideas and different takes on things, he can definitely stick around. He also talked about the stuff about the R-rated movies that are coming out, and like what Marvel's plans are as far as R-rated movies are concerned, which to no surprises, they're absolutely not going to do one. Well, because I think Marvel's owned by Disney.
Yeah,
I don't think Disney would dip their family toe into the R-rated pool.
Well, dude, and I think a lot of it comes down to money, dude. Like, how much? I'd be interested to see like how much money you would lose by doing, like, if somebody did an analysis of it, right? Like, so a PG-13 movie compared to a rated R movie.
Yeah.
And there's certain rated R movies that are super popular and make a ton of money. Like, it just never feels like there's anywhere near that much that's going to do it.
Yeah. You definitely pull yourself out of general audience that would be wanting to see these movies, but they can't because of the age restrictions and everything. So,
and dude, I mean, how many of them are concerned parents, right? That look up like, oh, like my kid's really excited about this movie. Let's look up the rating. Oh, it's rated R. Like, probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
You know,
unless you don't care and you just take your kids anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I know some of those parents too.
Yeah.
But
hey, man, she's asleep, and it's a drive-in, so she doesn't care.
Yeah,
she's watching Mickey in the back seat. That's totally fine.
Whatever, man.
Okay,
that's like a guilty conscience speaking out right away.
I'm just saying. I'm not saying, but I'm just saying. He also talked about, or going back to Feige's statements, talked about like how their roles and the movies that they've done, like globally, how come they haven't changed as much? And they kind of stated like they really haven't had to change their movies to fit like the global atmosphere or the global, you know, what's going on worldwide. You know, they've done little changes here and there. I think they mentioned something about Iron Man 3, but you know, in Captain America, I remember not in Civil War, but was it Winter Soldier, where they had different things that were like region specific. Like he was writing down the list of things that he needed to see, like now that he's awake. Yeah. And one of them was just like see Star Wars or Star Trek. See Star Trek instead of Star Wars, something like that.
Yeah.
And then, but like in different regions, it was like watch Dragon Ball Z or you know check out this anime or you know it was kind of like region specific. So they did change it a little bit. You know?
A little bit. But I mean, it's nothing crazy, dude. Yeah. I mean, I think the bigger thing that is mentioned in the article and kind of what things are done is like that you specifically shoot in certain locations or you bring in certain actors from different regions because they're popular there, and like you will bring in an audience automatically if you feature something or someone from there, right? Like, I'm kind of glad they haven't done that. Like, it's really good that they... I mean, hopefully that's a big reason why. Like, it's just not, you know, kind of going with the trend and trying to make something trying to bring in people that represent a certain place or region or like country because that they want to bring in that audience. You know, like, and I mean, that's understandable, and I can see why people do it, but it'd be better than forcing it into the movie than just like let it play out naturally and get the best people to play the roles or the best locations for these places. And I mean, granted, it feels like they have done the opposite where, you know, like the Ancient One and where everything was, where Doctor Strange went to go train, being in Tibet, and China doesn't like Tibet, so they didn't call it Tibet. Like, you know, they kind of just change everything on it just to not lose that audience. They can't say they haven't done it to any extent, right? Like, but I feel like at least bringing stuff or adding stuff in or trying to force something, it doesn't feel like they've done any of that. So that's good, man. That's great.
Yeah.
Other than like things like, even though I really enjoy watching this movie for no other reason than I just enjoy watching it, Independence Day 2, right? Like,
I know you love it.
You know it. But for some reason, they had like a foot in China and New York somehow simultaneously. Like, there was no logic that worked out whatsoever when they were showing that stuff. But hey, it happened, right? Like, but you had to show a location in China just because, like, that helps your audience, right? Like, that helps show something from that location, so that hey, like people in China will be like, hey, that's us. So, like, they'll do it. They'll go check it out. Yeah. So I mean, I get it, right? Money talks, but I don't want them to force something just because of making more money.
Yeah.
I am appreciative, even though they probably will make a ton more money if they do that. Anyway.
I think they're good, man. And that's kind of like one of the last things that they kind of buttoned everything up with was that the changes that they do make, they don't see they need to make a lot because their story is what drives it, and the humor that is also something that drives a lot of their focus. Yeah. And they feel like they do such a good job with these movies because it's something that everybody can relate to, and it is humorous, and yes, it's fantastical, but it's also, good and lighthearted also, so that everybody has a good time. And that's, Guardians and this coming Thor and, with Avengers and Iron Man, they're all just like written really well. And there are so many comedic beats in there that keeps it fresh and still going.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, man.
So, I don't know. I think they're doing a great job. Keep it up.
I mean, we love that Thor trailer for those same reasons. Like,
very true.
It's funny.
It's funny. It does it. It does it for me. It does it for you too, John.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Yeah. Well,
Can we talk about Star Wars now?
Yes. Let's get into it. Bum, 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 ba-da-na-na-na-na-na.
That's the wrong song, but I'll give it to you. It's still John Williams.
Na-na-na-na-na.
You strayed off there a little bit. It's okay.
I think that's Jurassic Park.
Yeah, that was definitely Jurassic Park.
Yeah. But you know what?
I mean, some extra notes and some missed ones there, but I mean, it's okay.
Hey.
You were close enough.
Yep.
Anyway,
so
dude,
man, so much
started off with ABC doing an awesome, crazy reveal. They made everybody tune in to Good Morning America. Everyone was like, dude, what's going to happen? This is the most amazing thing ever because they hyped it up
40 years
super
in
good.
the making, ABC said. Mm-hmm. And then when you tuned in, I know I tuned in on Tuesday, ready and raring to go. Mm-hmm. There was nothing but a segment for Force for the Change, which is a great organization. Force for I'm wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
But it was about Omaze and the opportunity to win several trips. But really, like honestly, they should have not.
They hyped it up. They hyped it up too much.
They hyped it up way too much. One and two, like they really should have just left it like. Let it be, man. Like they should have just said, like, "Hey, we have this great opportunity to maybe be at the next opening of the movie, or see go to Han Solo set." But why say like it's like Last Jedi ish? Well, they didn't say Last
reveal.
Jedi.
They were
huge
like
reveal.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
So
I mean, oh well,
yeah,
they got you.
They definitely got me.
Yeah,
They definitely got me.
but it's okay. That's how it started.
Yeah.
And then we go into the actual freaking... Oh, dude. Okay, so everything else coming out of there...
Okay, really...
Freaking legit.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing. But you were there.
Yes.
Y'all got there a few days earlier in the week.
Yes.
Like, what was it like? Like, what did it feel like when you got there? Like, was it... Like, because y'all did the other theme parks that were around it, right?
Yes.
The days before. Like how? Like was there a lot of prep? Did you see like there was a lot of promotion for it? Like what? Like
None's promotion.
Really?
Yes. Like it's almost like you didn't need it though, man. Like everybody was coming for the convention, had already gotten tickets. You don't need to promote anymore for like local people because they were sold out for most of the days. Like, dude, it was going to be what it was regardless. What I would suggest, okay, so we went to Disney Hollywood Studios. We went to the 2 Universal parks because we had to go see Harry Potter World. I mean, come on.
Of course, why not? You're in the neighborhood.
Exactly. And then we also went to Epcot. So we hit a couple of Disney parks and the Universal parks. That was Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Word of advice for anybody going to Celebration or any kind of event like that. From previous experience of going to like the Alamo City Comic Con and PAX, I knew there was going to be a lot of standing, a lot of walking. You know, took some good shoes, made sure I was ready for that. Rookie move, stupid mistake. Do not go to the parks before you go to the convention. By Tuesday, my feet were shot, dude.
Oh man!
Like they were bruised, they hurt. I didn't want to stand anymore. We intentionally took Wednesday off because we knew we were going to be tired from doing the parks. And I mean, I've been to theme parks before. I know what it's like. I know your feet hurt by the end of the day. Yeah, like it's a lot of standing, a lot of walking, a lot of waiting in lines.
It's the total opposite of what we do every day.
Oh my god! Yeah, we just sit in chairs every day, all day. So, dude, oh man, it was a bad mistake. Like I shouldn't have done it. Like if I should do it again, I don't know if I would do it any differently. But like I mean, because you want to take advantage, right? Like we're in a city, we're in a different place, we're trying to get like all the experience of everything there, and I probably would have done the parks afterwards just because of how much walking that was. Because that was way a lot more than it was at the Celebration. Like, even though that was a lot, like, there was a lot of waiting in lines and things like that. But at least at a lot of points, we got to sit down while we were there. And I feel like that would have been a heck of a lot better than being on tired feet after walking, like, 10 miles a day for, like, the 3 previous days before doing any of that. So, word of advice. Just take it with a grain of salt. Do what you're going to do. But, I mean, I would just advise, just be careful what you're doing because it might hurt a little much.
Know when to rest. frequent breaks.
Yes.
Take some water.
Definitely.
So we're hyping it up. We're getting in. Day arrives, Star Wars Celebration.
Yes.
You're walking in.
Yes.
Small crowd?
Hells to the no. Okay, so the first day we parked at a different parking lot than we ended up parking the rest of the days. And it was a little far. And a little far, I mean, it was like 3/4 of a mile away.
Oh.
So we had to walk like 3/4 of a mile to get to the front of the line. When we got to the front of the line, we noticed that it wrapped around the backside going the opposite direction of where we just came from.
Oh, shit.
And it was like half a mile long.
Damn.
Just to get into the building. So I figured, okay, like we're getting into the building, like that should be, we should be pretty clear to go do stuff after that.
Yeah.
Hells to the no, dude. The line, we got to the convention center, I think at like 6:45. We finally got in line probably around 7:30 because of all the freaking walking we had to do because we didn't notice it was like, we walked like a mile and a half by that point already.
Yeah.
By the time we got in, we had already walked almost 2 miles just to get into the queue hall to get into the showroom floor.
That's ridiculous.
Yes.
Do you feel like it was like, because we have gone to PAX, we have gone to Comic-Con here in San Antonio. Do you feel like it's like, were they on par as organized as these conventions have been?
It's hard to tell, man. It's really hard to tell. So we, like, Cody went, with me. My wife was there with me. Like, we had a couple of other friends. But Cody has had the experience of going to, other Star Wars celebrations previously. And he said that this was probably the least organized one. Just didn't feel like there was enough people working. It didn't feel like they had planned out for, to just be able to do stuff for everybody and for everybody to get equal or similar experience from it. The first day when we were there, like for the main panel, we knew we weren't going to make it into the main panel, to be in the actual room. So we were okay with kind of skipping it to go do some other things that we wanted to do. The main room, the main hall for the panels, it felt like it only held like 4,000 people, maybe if that. So it was like, it felt like it was a fairly small room with not a lot of people getting in to be in the actual room where the stuff was going on. They had 2 overflow rooms where you could do for the big panels anyway. But those overflow rooms didn't hold that many people either, man. Like it was like maybe 3,000 a piece, maybe less.
Damn. For 100,000 people?
Yes, exactly. Like there was a crap ton of people there, not enough to do it. And then they had like a live stage where they were streaming it from. Dude, the live stage that they were doing it from the Star Wars Live, like the actual YouTube channel, things that they do and they kind of post up and all those people go on there. Yeah. It was them that were running that stage. So for the first panel, we didn't do anything. We stood in line to check out at the store. The Celebration store to get some of the exclusive, because they would have sold out of a bunch of stuff if we hadn't done that. Oh yeah, which was cool. Like, so that gave me the ability to buy a few things that I really wanted to get. But as soon as that was done, like everybody else was saying that, not great. There wasn't any place to watch it. Like if you were at Celebration, like the people who should be able to watch this in the best and highest quality available
wasn't around.
They couldn't watch it.
Damn.
They could not watch it.
Dude, because I was trying to text you and tell you like, this is coming up. Here's who's on the stage. Here's what's going on. And I don't know if my texts were going through or
no,
what.
I just wasn't responding because I was watching on my damn phone.
Yeah.
Like that was the only way to see it. And even then it was like super choppy because you're going over like LTE, to try to get it like any kind of decent stream.
And everybody else that's not there is trying to get it too.
Exactly, man. It was kind of ridiculous. But I did get to watch most of it. So that was okay. And then the second day, for the Last Jedi panel, we knew we wanted to get there early. We knew we weren't going to get in the overflow rooms because people started lining up like at 6 p.m. For the next morning's panel. Ugh. And they spent the night in line just to make it into the room. Dude, so we went to the live stage. We decided we were going to get there early and try to just get into the room, into the show hall, and just go straight for the live stage, viewing area so that we could check it out. Oh my goodness, dude. That was like the dumbest idea ever because the sound was horrible. You couldn't hear anything, like nothing at all. It was just like completely muted. It's like they didn't have enough speakers, or the speakers were set too low, so like the crowd of people itself was blocking the noise. And dude, it was like everybody had to be like super quiet to be able to hear anything. And that sucked, dude. Like you're going there to experience some of those things, to experience it with other people, and then there was nowhere to actually experience it. Like, everybody was just listening on their own devices because you couldn't do it anywhere else. Like, it was impossible.
Damn.
So, I mean, that part of it really sucked. Like, really, really sucked. Everything else, like, I hardly have any other complaints about it because there was some really cool stuff, some really fun stuff. The panels themselves were good. Like, they were done well. They had some really cool stuff that they talked about. But, yeah, man, like, some of that stuff was just kind of crappy the way it all turned out that way.
Oh, that sucks, man.
But...
Well, you know what? Let's talk about some of the great things that did happen and did get to see.
Yes.
First things first.
Yes.
Star Wars trailer.
Yes.
Last
Jedi trailer?
Oh, yeah. The Last Jedi trailer.
Okay, cool. I was just making sure we're on the same page because they were all Star Wars trailers.
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Okay.
Let's do, of the several trailers that were released.
Yes.
Let's do...
The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi first.
Okay, first. So, Last Jedi trailer. Dude, that was freaking legit, dude. What do you think about it?
Yeah, it was okay.
Okay?
No, it was freaking amazing,
Dude,
man.
really
I
good.
think it's really opening up a lot more of the worlds, like different worlds that we're seeing. Damn it, it's starting off with it seems like it's starting right where we left off. Like Luke Skywalker, like Luke Skywalker said, like Mark Hamill said, picking up right from the cliffhanger, which was the literal cliffhanger. Because they showed me on a cliff.
Yes.
So amazing, dude. Like it's I'm super excited about it, to say the least. But let's talk a little bit about like some of the scenes in there that we saw. Like what did you take away from the trailer? Was there anything specific that you liked about it, or?
I mean, like the fact that Rey's like holding a lightsaber, all the promotional stuff we've already seen is like that anyway, So it feels like she's gonna be a Jedi. Like that's kind of the whole point of this thing. But to just see it swinging around like on the cliff face, like
her going through training,
dude, and it's like really brightly lit up. I was like, dude, that's freaking sweet, dude.
Yeah.
The part where you can kind of see like the fists near the ground and everything kind of floating around, like using the Force, it looks like.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, just some
dude,
really
and cool honestly,
stuff.
Like that reminded me of well, of course, Man of Steel 1.
Yeah.
Just because that's exactly like that's like the first image that I got. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god, that's like she's Supergirl. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
But really, Rian Johnson.
Yes.
He did a few films before this, and I think the film that made him, that got him the director chair in this one was Looper, was one of the previous films. And although that movie was really, really good, there's this one scene in there. Have you seen Looper?
I fell asleep halfway through, so I've seen like
John,
maybe half
part.
or 3/4 of the way through.
Okay. Spoiler alert if you haven't
Everybody
seen Looper.
says that, but I've never been back to watch it because the first part put me to sleep pretty well.
Okay. So spoiler alert if you haven't seen Looper, but essentially, Bruce Willis's character gets sent back, and he has to stop the Rainmaker because the Rainmaker is the one that is like has like a stronghold over the future and whatever. So it turns out that the Rainmaker is a child during the time that Joseph Gordon-Levitt's character is doing all this shenanigans where he's looping people, for the mob. So he's trying to protect this kid because this kid doesn't know that he's going to grow up, but he definitely has something's up.
Okay.
They don't know what it is with this kid.
You're already putting me to sleep with this description. Keep going.
Okay, I'm sorry. So long story short, Joseph Gordon-Levitt finds the kid that becomes the Rainmaker, and Bruce Willis goes there, and he's like, "Oh, this is the kid. I got to kill this kid." But I guess these other people come in that are also trying to find out what's going on. And I guess this kid falls and he like loses his mind, like he goes crazy, like he just goes nuts because he feels like these people are going to attack him. So he sees this guy, and this guy's like about to pull a gun on him.
Yeah. And
boom, like time slows down, people fly into the air, and boom, like this guy just like bursts into like this blood bubble or whatever. So it totally takes a turn of like what's actually happening in this entire series.
Yeah.
And so because he blows people up, that's what makes him the Rainmaker, I guess. which is kind of crazy. So, but there's a scene in there where they're in a field and they're kid's kind of showing his powers. He's getting very upset, and like there's all these like leaves and stuff like are floating around him. Like it looks crazy. And that's pretty much exactly like what the way Rey's hand is, like, and all the little rocks around her. Kind of, yeah, that's kind of like that scene. But dude, pretty amazing. Rian Johnson also did Brick, which is an amazing movie with Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Also, I guess he really likes that guy. But I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in The Last Jedi
somewhere. It's gonna be a cameo.
Somewhere he's a stormtrooper.
Yeah,
just like Daniel Craig was.
Yeah.
But no, dude, very, very awesome. I like the scenes where we see the new planet. Do you remember what the new planet's name was?
I don't remember.
It's like it's not Scarif. It's not Crete. To Crete? No, that's a place.
Something like that.
Yeah. And it shows like those little desert pod racers or whatever.
Yeah, like kind of cutting across with the red stuff coming out.
Yeah.
So that another panel that I went to was the Disney Parks panel, where they're talking about like kind of the design and kind of the new stuff coming out at the Disney section. Or sorry, the Star Wars section in the new parks that they're building right now. So it's like 14 acres at each in Anaheim at Disneyland and in Orlando for Disney World. So I think the parks are supposed to be exactly the same, so that way each one of them gets one.
Oh, right on.
But one of the more famous rides in Disney, either one for Star Wars, is Star Tours. Since they randomized it, I don't know if you saw that a while back. So the old Star Tours was one set thing, like you watch it, you go through the experience, and then it's just one thing that just plays over and over. Well, ever since they changed it, took out Rex as the pilot and put in C-3PO as the pilot, part of the things that they did with it is that they randomized like what you're going to go through.
Oh, right.
So there's a bunch. There's like 7 or 8 different sections to the thing. They don't all play, but every time you go through the ride, it'll play certain parts of those certain sections that all seamlessly integrate together, and they can always play in any kind of different order.
Oh, wow.
So if you ride the ride, you can ride the ride 3 times in a row and get a different experience every time.
That's
so
cool.
You see the similar scenes that are going on, but you might get them in a different order, or you might get one that you didn't get the previous time.
Right.
So that's awesome that they've done that. On that planet where those races are, that's going to be the new one that they're doing for The Last Jedi.
Oh, right.
So
on.
that will be part of the Star Tours experience here coming up soon.
Very cool, man.
Legit.
Yeah.
Like.
And on the planet, when they land and you can see them blowing that red smoke or the dust, that's whatever.
I don't know what it is, but it's awesome.
Very cool. I didn't notice until recently that in the very distance on the horizon, you can see a whole bunch of AT-ATs. That's amazing.
Yes.
I wonder...
I don't know what it is, dude.
Yeah,
I just want to know.
I wonder if it's like an AT-AT junkyard or like if it's... since it's kind of like a junk planet, I wonder if it's like an old battle that they kind of just abandoned and they just left them there. I don't.
Who the hell knows, man?
There's so many possibilities,
dude. I just can't wait for this damn movie to come out,
Yeah.
man. Like, I was already excited about it. Every time they put out a teaser to something, like it just ups the level, right? Like, I was not expecting me to get so excited about this so quickly. Like.
Yeah.
Usually it takes, a couple of trailers, it getting a lot closer, like knowing some of the stuff that's coming out. This just, man, it was a damn good trailer.
Yeah.
Like really freaking good. Like just enough of everything to really like, dude, put that spot in your mind that like you can't forget about it. This is coming and it makes you want it twice as bad. And dude, freaking cool, man. Anything else you want to mention about it? I'm trying to think if there was anything specifically.
Kind of like one of the things that I noticed, or because we were watching it, man, like everybody in the department was like, "Oh, did you see that? What did you think? Like, what's happening? What's going on?" And then one of the things I noticed, like, because I was watching it on a really small screen, was like, I was like, "Oh, I really didn't notice like Kylo Ren's scar. Like, where is it? Like, because he got sliced up the face." What happened? Like, where did it go? And I thought there was like a little like a little emo line of hair that was going over his face, but apparently that's the scar. So I guess they asked Rian Johnson on Twitter about it, and he was like, it just seemed a little goofy. You know what I mean? Just kind of a scar running right up your nose. Like it just didn't seem right. So with the new scar that's on his face, it seems like maybe he's in the back tank. Maybe he's healed up some, and now he's got another scar. Who knows?
I don't know.
But I mean, it's still so early to tell. Maybe that scene that we see that him without a scar in is earlier. Is it before everything? Like, who knows?
I have no idea. Yeah. But I mean, it's cool that he kind of addressed it. Like, I just didn't like the way it looked.
Yeah. But I mean, he could be pulling the old...
Yes. Misdirect.
Yeah.
Sleight of hand.
Yeah.
One of those
things. Called
things.
The Kansas City Shuffle?
I don't remember.
Make him look left when you move right?
I don't remember.
Yeah.
Are you talking about Slevin?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Good. We're on the same page.
Yay. Let's go see Sullivan now. Not 7, but Slevin.
Lucky number Slevin.
Lucky number Slevin. Okay, another trailer that dropped was Rebels season...
Wait, before we move on, that panel, the first panel, the one that you talked about, not the Last Jedi stuff.
Mm-hmm. 40.
Real quickly. Yeah, the 40th anniversary stuff.
Uh-huh.
Harrison freaking Ford showing up.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah. So
that was pretty crazy.
It was insane, dude. Like, people were freaking... Like, we were in line at the checkout, and people were losing their minds.
Yeah.
Like, that was part of the experience that I was telling you about, like, why I wanted to go and experience it with other people, because I'm a massive fan, but I don't like every single little aspect. I'm sure people don't like a lot of stuff. There's people that hate Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
I've become okay with him over the years.
Yeah.
So, like, everybody likes something different and likes different things about it. So, like, that was really cool to see, and people freaking out about Harrison Ford. John Williams showing up to do the music.
Yeah.
I kid you not. This is probably embarrassing, but I'm going to say it anyway. I was just about crying in the line. Like, just seeing him there, man. Like, it's freaking legit.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, dude. It's like your heroes that you've been watching for years, and stories that you've told and retold and told with your friends and friends of friends and people that you meet, and then to actually see the people that you've been talking about and hearing stories for years. Hell yeah, it's going to be emotional.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shit, yeah, man. If you didn't cry, I'd be upset.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
I appreciate it. That makes me feel better about me crying. Anyway, now let's move on.
Not that I've cried, but I mean, that's cool. I mean, you can cry.
Okay. I have a little story about heroes later on. But
okay.
Let's get through some of this stuff.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Let's do this. Well, I wanted to talk about Rebels.
Okay, yes.
But I don't know if, because that had some extra oomph to it. I wanted to save that for the end.
Oh, no, let's talk about it.
Can we do it now?
Yeah.
Okay. So you saw, and you were at the panel for Star Wars Rebels.
Yes.
Where they spoke with the creator and director, and they talked about the new season coming out, where they also dropped the season 4 trailer.
Yes.
Dude.
Before they dropped the season 4 trailer, though, Dave Filoni.
Yes.
Dude. I don't know if you heard about this or care or had seen... this is the last season of Rebels.
Yeah.
Season 4. So, I mean, that was kind of a news that was dropped. I still haven't even started watching it. I was about to say I made the mistake, but it's not a mistake because I love my wife.
Whoa. Cody, are you listening to this part? This is exactly what we talked about.
So, we started watching Clone Wars. Like, I was like, hey, do you want to watch Clone Wars? Or, like, I'll do that with my wife because sometimes she's not interested in the same stuff I am. And I know she's into Star Wars, so I was like, I'm not going to start watching Clone Wars without telling her. So we started watching Clone Wars. She was like, yeah, I want to watch it with you. So we started watching it. And I know this happens to a lot of couples because there was a whole commercial about it with Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Netflix cheating. But we ended up, like, falling super far behind on it because we never had time to sync up and watch it. Like, either she was working late or having to get up early or there's other stuff on TV to watch. And we just kind of put it on the back burner.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm thinking I want to watch Clone Wars all the way through and then we'll watch Rebels. So when I showed up to the panel, and this is one of the ones we actually made it into one of the overflow rooms in. No freaking clue what the hell was going on. I knew who the characters were. I like a bunch of the stuff, so I'll read up on it, kind of see like synopsis of stuff that's going on, who the characters are.
Right.
Dude, I didn't know any of the main story parts. So, like, but still, it was really cool. Like, and Dave Filoni's freaking awesome, dude. He's like one of the coolest creators that they have there overall. And so then they announced like that it's ending. I was like, dude, I haven't even started watching this thing yet. Damn it. So yeah, and then they dropped the trailer for season 4, which was really cool. Like everybody was cheering for stuff that I had like, I don't know what that means. Why are we cheering? Okay, yeah,
Yay, right on.
So I just cheered with everybody else.
Which
is fine. Yeah. It was really cool. The trailer was really good. I don't know. Do you watch it at all?
Yes.
Okay. What do you think of the trailer?
I thought
Anything
it was
you
awesome.
spotted?
Excited because I too have not watched it as well. I'm excited that it's ending and that I'll have a chance to catch up.
Yes.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
But
no clue what was going on.
No clue either. So
Okay.
We're
Same boat.
same boat,
All right. Well,
same ship.
I'm assuming they asked everybody if they wanted to watch the trailer a second time because they're cutting off the live stream, making sure that everything is shut down. And as soon as they come back from playing the trailer a second time, boom. First episode of season 4.
Damn,
Yeah.
Gina.
Dave Filoni was like, well, yeah, we brought a trailer, but a trailer's only like so good. Don't you guys want to watch the first episode of season 4? And everybody went nuts, dude. Everybody lost it. I was like, yeah, okay, well, I'll watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it too. Shoot.
So that was the first episode of Rebels that I've watched.
I can only imagine the craziness that ensued. Like people just like ripping their shirts, like tearing out their hair, screaming,
Just about,
throwing,
man.
Crushing their
Their
juice.
Yeah.
I don't know what people were drinking there. But dude, that's awesome. So you saw the first episode. Does that first episode of season 4 that has entice you to watch the entirety of the previous season?
Heck yeah, man. I was super lost. I didn't know exactly what was going on or why, and seeing the characters where they're at now compared to where they were before, like I had no clue. So when we got home that night, because everybody was in our group was all hype, we actually watched the first episode of like the very first episode, the pilot episode, basically. Right. So that was awesome. Like I just watched it out of order. But yeah, man, I'm like super excited to watch the show to get through some of it because like all this new stuff now. So pretty cool. On top of it being announced that this is their last season. This season is also going to include Warwick Davis as a character on there. So, and it's funny because he was supposed to be a character a long time ago because Dave Filoni said that he would write something in there for him because he loves his work and who he is and what he means to Star Wars, and then he never wrote him in until this season.
Well, better late than never.
Right?
Damn.
But that was really cool, man. Yeah, that was awesome. Cool. I'm excited about that. I'm also excited about Battlefront 2.
Dude, how could you not be? You got 2 eyes and a heart, don't you?
Yes.
Damn it.
And it's a heart for Star Wars.
Yeah. Apparently so. It beats only for Star Wars.
No, I didn't say all that.
And your wife.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah. So I played the first one.
Yes.
Terribly. There's a couple manatees that can let you know how terribly that I played this game. And you know who you are if you're listening out there.
Oh, my goodness.
But it looks amazing. It played amazingly.
Yeah.
I feel like it matched... I don't know. Did you ever play Jedi Academy or Jedi Academy 2?
No.
It was like a PC game. And essentially, like, you got to... There's like this certain mode that you can play in where it's just like a trainer mode and it's just like one map and you can like spawn I think it's essentially like a cheat mode, but you can just like spawn a bunch of people. Like I remember in high school playing it at Jose's house.
Yeah.
and we would just go and just play what is Duel of the Fates really loud, because essentially you could just go through and just mow through a bunch of Guidos, just like shoot first, motherfucker, chop his hand off, and just go mow through these people. But that was essentially like the best part of the game. It feels like every other game after that, like any type of like lightsaber physics or anything like that, like was super super cheap. Even like my like Force Awakens, the Force Unleashed and the Force Unleashed 2, which were amazing games, but it was very PG. But like in the second one, you can kind of cut off some people's hands sometimes if you nailed it just right, or it was you had so much opportunity to like really really get in there and like show your powers as like this super Sith Lord or Jedi, depending on which way you went,
Yeah.
But it really kind of took a backseat. But Battlefront 2 looks super, super amazing, and I have so high hopes for it because the thing that Battlefront 1, I think our biggest complaint on it was there's no story.
Yep. I don't play first-person shooters a whole lot, or third-person. I don't play shooters
in general.
Like anything with multiplayer online that's like PvP only. I'm terrible. I'm horrible at that stuff. Which is surprisingly like I played a lot of Destiny. Like PvP, but just because I got okay with it because I played it so much because everybody else wanted to play that kind of stuff. But my favorite stuff was always the PvE, like or the to play against enemies, like computerized enemies that I could just like completely destroy, decimate in game.
Yeah.
But dude, I really, really, really wanted the first Battlefront, to have a story mode. And the fact that this has like a story mode, that there's going to be actual stuff to it, like, shit, dude, I'm so excited about that.
Follows a commander in the Empire who watches the second Death Star get destroyed and looks freaking amazing.
Yeah. Dude, it looks good, dude. It looks really good. The first one had a lot of gameplay footage, or game engine footage is what I should say, that came out that never made it into the game. And while it did look great, it never looked exactly like the rendered footage that came out of it. So this, immediately when the trailer starts for Battlefront 2, it's like game engine footage. So I was like, oh, great. Here we go again. But, either way, dude, like, if they have some cool cinematics, if they have some good story, like, if it even just looks as good as the first one, like, the first one did look good. Like, it had some really cool stuff. And I think this will be a little bit better, and I'm excited about it, man. I'll end up buying the game anyway, but, dude, I'm just super excited to play some story mode. I think that'll be really, really cool.
Cool, man.
Yeah, man. So the trailer's in the description. I suggest checking it out. All these trailers are in the description. We're going to have a ton of links. All Star Wars related this time around.
Maybe a couple of Star Wars related items.
Maybe a few. Maybe just a few. Anything else you want to mention on there before I get into some story time?
Story time. Hit it.
Dude. Oh, one last thing. Forces of Destiny.
Yes.
Dude, really cool stuff, man. This one is one that, like I said earlier, I don't really like. Sometimes I don't appreciate it when it's geared just for kids and kind of going a different way or being like that. Kind of trying to dumb it down, I guess. But sometimes I really appreciate that. It's going to be something that's intended for kids because it's meant to make our world better, I guess, is the way I can put it. Like, it's not just, for kids just to be something for kids to watch, period. But it's something that has a little bit of a moral, like something that has a little bit of like, hey, these are people that you can have as role models. These are people that you can look up to. This is something that you can, really aspire to be or aspire to be like.
Yeah.
And dude, that's exactly what Star Wars Forces of Destiny is. Really, really cool stuff. Like, really brings in life things that you could sit down and, as an adult, enjoy it and watch it, and then share it with your kids, enjoy it and watch it, and stuff that brings like real life stuff, like in a presentable way that, parents and children can relate to it and talk about it and really do stuff with it. But it's freaking cool, man. Like, a lot of the characters are actually voiced by their actual people and performances like that were actually done in real life. Princess Leia's in there, so obviously that one's not going to be the voice by her. But they do like a bunch of the other ones. I'm sorry, man. No. It's always going to be too soon. And it hurts.
So what is it? Like, it's an animated series, and it's generally based around like morality tales?
I don't know if it's morality tales, but it'll be like a little like short series of like old school like hand drawn type animation.
Oh, right on.
So like, yeah, man, I don't know exactly what they're going to consist of, but it's going to be pretty cool, dude. It looked cool for what they showed of it. They didn't show a whole lot, but they definitely showed a few things on there that I thought were really, really pretty cool.
You know what's crazy is, and that George Lucas has always said that like Star Wars was meant like as the beginning a universe for kids, which is crazy for him to think that way. That a lot of kids would be excited about chopping their parents' hands off.
Right? You never know.
I think that in that same way that he has that mindset, is that like, man, there's so much stuff that's out there that. I'm always scared for my daughter to find stuff on the internet or just looking at random videos and just seeing just people just like putting stuff in her mind. But like Dave Filoni, like they really did find a great director with him because he was saying like the stories and stuff that he saw when he was a kid, and I think he was thanking George Lucas about this, was like it really gave him a sense of morality. Like, would this be something a Jedi would do, or would Luke be doing this? You know, to kind of give him that sense of morality and sense of right and wrong, and that's what we want, and awesome that Star Wars is going to be doing more of this type of storytelling. So I'm excited.
Heck yeah,
it's cool.
Yeah, dude, I'm really like, even though it's something that I'll probably just watch it for the sake of watching it, that it's more Star Wars content to consume, and I can't get enough of it. But I mean, it's really cool stuff, man. Like the fact that they're doing that for kids, thinking about the future, you know, and how to get. I'm sure it's partly how to get more kids into Star Wars, but the fact that, you know, there's going to be some actual like life stuff that's going on there. So that's really, really cool, and I'm happy they're doing that.
Yeah.
But cool, man. So, like I mentioned earlier, talking about heroes.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first live panels that we actually got into the room for was the Disney parks.
Yeah.
So we made it into that. Super happy. I wasn't sure who they were going to bring out for that. Like, you know, it's just like, oh, Disney parks, and, you know, come with us as we, you know, talk to some of the creators and originators of the Star Wars and Disney content. Talk about the new parks and how they're going to be and what goes into creating some of these stuff for Disney or the what do they call it? The experiences, Disney experiences in with Star Wars. And I was like, okay, cool. Like that sounds like a really fun panel. Like, I mean, the whole reason we went to Orlando early was to go see Disney, man. Like, so growing up in California, like I was super privileged, and I didn't realize it until I was older, like that I got to go to Disneyland just about every year, you know? So I grew up as a huge fan of Disney, like the Disney parks overall, like just freaking cool, man. Like the fact that I got to experience so much of that so often, and nobody else did. Like I didn't realize how lucky I was until later on. But I love it, and I love that stuff. Before even going to Celebration, I made Brandy watch a few things, you know, like just overall Star Wars, like we're kind of getting in the mood and prepping for stuff and what was going to be. And like they kept showing Doug Chiang, like over and over again, you know, kind of like, you know, speaking of the you know, Star Wars and the creation and the world. And I would tell Brandy, like, man, that guy's awesome. Like, he's freaking cool. The fact that he's doing that stuff and like what he does and the way he sees things, like I love it. It's freaking awesome. And then the Disney parks, when we got into that panel, they started announcing all the people, and then there was Doug Chiang, and I was like, oh dude, freaking sweet, buddy. Man. Like I was like, oh, he's here. Like I told Brandy, like he's actually here, and I was like, I told her, like I leaned over, I was like, it's just awesome to be like in the same room with him, even though he's like 200 feet away, like sitting at the stage. Like,
just went from 6 to midnight.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, dude, amazing.
Yeah.
But that was already, like, I was already walking on cloud nine, like just leaving that thing. And with the things that they talked about with the park coming up, super cool, super exciting stuff. Like, I'm super excited to go to this park whenever it opens up, because it just looks like it's going to be 100% amazing. Well, Sunday, I've been kind of keeping an eye on this panel because I really thought it'd be interesting. But Doug Chiang himself hosted a panel where he kind of talked about design and drawing and making things like, you know, kind of from creative, like a creative standpoint, like on how you do things. And in the panel, like description, it said, you know, bring a pen and paper, like, so, like, kind of like it's going to be almost like a class. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, that'd be awesome. And I didn't know what to expect. It was on like one of the offshoot, like little panel rooms. And I was like, well, I mean, you know, considering it's like Doug Chiang, like to me, he's, you know, a huge person and in the overall like Lucas films thing that, you know, it's going to be a big place, right?
Yeah.
We get into the room. It's not a huge room. Like, it's almost like a college classroom.
Really?
You know, yeah. Like, sitting maybe a few hundred people. So pretty intimate. And we got there fairly early for the panel because I really wanted to go, like just check it out and, you know, like, experience it and see him, like, you know, talk about some of this stuff. Dude, we were in, like, the 4th row maybe. And it's like a college type setup, so it's like everything was pretty close to the stage. And so he like went through the whole thing, started talking about it. He did like what he talked about, small design going into big design. So you want to keep your drawing small, and talking about it, like how you should do it if you're trying to do this kind of stuff, what to use as inspiration. He took some Post-it notes, started drawing out like his first sketches, and this is what he normally does to kind of refine his creations. Drew out like 6 of them to kind of get an idea of a design that he wanted to do. And and then started drawing the main design on a big 11 by 17 copy paper.
Right.
Even said to use Xerox paper because of the properties that it has, makes it really cool. And I was and we're okay, cool. I was taking notes every time he said something. I use this. I was write it down. Yeah. Don't forget. So I was taking a bunch of notes, and really awesome dude. And I love who that guy is and how he talks about stuff and the way he sees things. And at the end of the panel, he was this stuff is either going to go in the trash or it's going to go in to the piles of stuff that I have in my house. So, I really don't want it to come home with me. So I thought it'd be cool to raffle it off. And while we were all coming in, they had us fill out our names on little sheets of paper, threw it in a bag on the way in, and started raffling off stuff.
Nice.
So he went through he started raffling off the Post-its, and I was oh dude, that'd be awesome. I want one. Please,
I just want
please
to
let me get. I just want to touch it. Yeah. So we raffled off all the Post-its, and I was okay, cool. Chances are there's 400 people sitting in here. I'm not gonna. It was just nice to experience this. That's what I'd become resolute to. Yeah. And then he starts he's okay, here's the final one, and it's another guy that was reading off the names, and he goes, Jonathan Torres. I was what? Yeah. Oh my god! Flipped out, man. Oh, from that moment I went from I don't even it was just a blur.
You don't even know what happened. You're going up there, you're kind of tripping. You're is this even real life?
Yeah, dude. So I got up
nobody
there.
Pinch me.
Don't wake me up. Yeah. I swear. Oh my god. But yeah, man. So I got to take a picture with him, holding up his drawing, and I got to take home the big 11 by 17 thing he'd done. But dude, freaking cool, man. Just the fact that I was already super excited about just having been in that panel, getting some really good seats, hearing him talk about all this stuff, and then freaking to walk away with a souvenir that I probably couldn't have bought, for the whole thing. I was dude, that's freaking awesome, man. It was super, super exciting.
Dude, that's awesome.
It was really cool. That's my story. One of my heroes. Got to meet him, listen to the whole thing, have him teach me stuff, and then took away a drawing.
That's a better hero story couldn't have been said, because usually when you meet your heroes, it's not always like that.
No, it is not. It's sometimes really bad.
Yeah, sometimes super shitty. They might even say what the hell are you doing? You're bothering me today. They're having a bad day. But dude, that's freaking awesome, man.
It is really, really cool. I'm super gracious for it. I can't believe it happened, man. It's freaking cool.
Well, that's awesome, man. Well, I think that's a great place to kind of end it this week.
Yeah.
Hero talk. Bam. We're about it. Not just in fantasy, but in real life.
In real life. The real deal. IRL.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Well, right on, man. Where can the nice people find us if they want to check us out?
Before we do the full closing, hopefully I'll get to watch Colossal this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So we'll probably talk about it next week. I don't know if there's any other topics we might talk about. I still want to go watch Fast and Furious or Fate of the Furious.
It's terrible, but it's making so much money.
Dude. Okay, maybe we won't talk about it if it really is that bad. Maybe I won't go see it.
Okay.
I don't know. I might read some
You're still gonna see it.
But at least, hopefully, we can talk about Colossal next week.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
All right. Anyway, yes. So you can find us on Twitter, twitter.com/Kenobi's Corner. You can find us Twitter user at Kenobi's Corner, SoundCloud, soundcloud.com/Kenobi's -Corner, and YouTube. Just search Kenobi's Corner. All great places to find us and have a conversation. And one of the great things that Eric is kindly reminding me about, even though I had it and I was saving it for later, but that's okay, Eric. I'm going to do it now because I know you're excited about this too. We finally have a Facebook fan page. So yes, it's finally there. We'll start, promoting it on Facebook. Search Kenobi's Corner. You can find our fan page, like it, look for episodes, have a conversation with us there. Everybody's got a Facebook account nowadays, right? I think most people, even if it's a fake one.
Facebook.com/Kenobi's Corner if you want to go.
Yes.
We're there.
Yes.
The last couple episodes are posted there as well, so it's exciting stuff.
Yeah, super excited about it. Come find us. Come have a conversation. Come let us know what you like, what you don't like. Show suggestions.
Yeah.
Shows don'ts.
Show not suggestions.
Show not suggestions. I love it. Great place to have a conversation with us.
Is that it?
That is it. iTunes, Google Play, podcast section, search Kenobi's Corner, any other podcasting platform. If we're not there, you search Kenobi's Corner and you can't find us, let us know. We'll do our best to try to get on that if that's the one you want to use to find us. So, please.
Well, till the next time our mouths touch your ears, enjoy yourselves and each other.